Yo, it's your boy, hashtag Confidence, aka Casanova Confidence. Shout out to the Great American Hip Hop Debate Podcast for having me. You know what I mean? Go get all my music on your streaming platforms. Be on the lookout for some new music. And yeah, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Shut up.
Yeah. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with your life. Life. Don't play with your 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 life. Pull up with my hoolies, they holding they toolies, they playing tonight.
Just that shit right here.
No drama, we counting them comments. Don't play with your life. Just bring us some bottles and don't need no sparkles. We shining some bright. This we shine like a diamond, but don't play with your life. Pull up with my hoolies, they holding they toolies, they playing tonight.
Don't let this ride a little bit. Shout out Casanova Confidence. Shout out the brother Gio.
Bring us some bottles, we don't need no sparkles. We shining so bright. Shining
Jersey,
so bright.
fuck with this right here.
Don't play with you.
Even if it's cold.
Don't play with your life.
Swagging harder than a celebrity.
Better when it's
Either
cold.
do stay always Hennessy. Come through rolling in a foreign tree. My initials that be on the seat. Blowing gas up on the balcony. Starting harder, who be doubting me? Minor bitches all on top of me. Even curving them, they calling me. Question mark like who is stopping me? Try to beat me, it's a mockery. Picking balls like 100 feet. Booty Nation, the monopoly. Balenciaga, I got on my feet. If I eat, then all my hoolies eat. Counting millions, but I keep it G's. Finger on me, cause they nothing sweet. Rolex, big rocks, ice drip.
R.I.P. Pop Smoke.
Game over.
Facts.
Been mad, shit flop. I'm in islands like Aruba. Taking jets from Bermuda. Smoke cigars that come from Cuba. Know I'm rolling with my shooters. Going round and round the merry-go. To Colombia, then it's Mexico. In Italy, then Monaco. Another country, then another show.
Pull up with my hoolies, they holding they toolies, ain't playing tonight.
If I had a bomb, I would drop a bomb. If I had a bomb, I would drop a bomb. Welcome world. Episode 56 of the Great American Hip Hop Debate Podcast. I am Brother Burnz. To the left of me, I got Brother BS.
Yo, what it be, VS to the OP, you know what it is. We here in the building.
That's it.
I'm waiting for you to finish. Cause I'm waiting
for you to finish.
I'm waiting for you, cause you looking at me like,
When's he gonna stop?
Nah,
On the check-in, we got International Blood.
Gang, my niggas in the house was goody.
Where you reporting from today, Brother Blood?
Pulled a lot from New York City, baby. Empire State, big city of dreams. I'm gonna go check y'all when the show's over, when we wrap up. You heard?
Oh, all right, we're gonna link. And special guest in the house today, in the building. This young brother right here, he's a poet, he's an actor, renowned sneakerhead, singer / rapper / straight barred up MC. We got the brother Casanova Confidence in the building. Brother Cas, welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for inviting me.
Yes, sir.
Shout out, as always, to the brother Ephraim and Straight Fuego Studios for providing that crystal clear quality.
yeah, low penetration.
If you want to book some studio time, make sure you
7-Eleven.
follow at Ephraim711 on the IG.
Yeah,
Shout out to the brother Gio in the building, in the cut back there.
Game over.
Shout out to all the hoolies on the check-in. Shout out to the breath babies as always. Shout out to the breath moms and the breath wifeys. Welcome back, guys.
We back at it, baby.
Welcome, brother Cas, to the show.
Word.
We started off with a track that y'all just released, you and the brother Gio. It's called Don't Play With Your Life, aka the Pop Smoke remix. And yo, that's my joint, bro.
Yeah.
That's my jam.
One of many.
Word up.
That was subtle.
Yeah, no, straight to the point.
Yeah.
In that song, I can hear a lot of different influences within your flows and your melodies. Very melodic. So I want to get into your R&B influences. I also want to get into your MC influences because on different songs on your projects, I also hear that you can really rap.
Facts.
But before we get to all that, let's get to your genesis. Where were you born, my brother? Like, where did you come up and all that good stuff?
I was born in Hoboken, but my whole life I always lived in Jersey City.
All right, so you right here.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Shout out to Hoboken. Yeah, I was born in Hoboken too.
What? Oh, word?
Oh, yeah.
What hospital?
Yeah, man, I know
St.
that.
Mary's.
Same one. Word.
Right? That's what's up.
St. Mary's, oh shit.
So coming up in Jersey City, when did you get into like, not hip hop? When did you get into music?
Music, my whole life, I say, because my dad always was like a big lover of music, so he always played stuff for me, like, oh, listen to this, check out this bass line, or check out this beat. So it just was like different stages of my life. I had different influence. Like I went from my dad to being around my siblings, and when they was around their friends, so they put me onto a good amount of music. And then just being that kid, seeing CDs and picking them up and listening to them. So.
And you were always like inquisitive for music?
Yeah.
Like you was always out looking for music?
Word.
What's some of the stuff your siblings put you on to?
I'd say like Wu-Tang, Snoop Dogg, Bone Thugs, like all the early 90s stuff, because I grew up in the 90s, so all the golden era.
What was the one that you were like, oh, like it just like blew your mind?
I think it was a kid when I first saw the video for Crossroads, Bone Thugs.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Yeah, like it kind of scared you a little bit, but you wanted to watch the whole thing.
It was real cinematic. Yeah.
Uncle Charles when his eyes turned.
I miss my Uncle Charles, yo.
Yeah, that shit crazy. Word.
I always was a big Tupac fan too, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice. I always been a fan of that Tupac and Bone Thugs collab with the guns. With the
Thug Love.
Yeah.
That beat
shit
is
hard.
crazy.
I think they got that.
That beat is
That
crazy.
shit is sick.
You know, I don't think anybody ever like try to redo the beat or like try to freak it.
You just gave me an idea.
Word.
Word.
Run with that.
Yeah, let's
Speedy
edit,
baby.
edit that out.
Now in
That nobody takes that idea.
your dad though, was he also putting you on to rap, or was he putting you on to different
Yeah,
like R&B?
yeah, everything. My dad liked Biggie a lot too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
big.
So you know what I'm saying. Biggie,
So you listen to a
Tupac,
lot of Big?
everything.
But
Yeah, he listened to a little bit of everything, but like when it came to rap, I know he liked Wu-Tang, he liked Biggie, like all the popular music. Yeah.
but you gravitated more towards Tupac?
I wouldn't say I really gravitated more towards him, but as a poet, I kind of related to some of his music on a different level. You know what I mean? Like and the crazy thing is, like as a kid, I always knew I wanted to write music. You know what I'm saying? But it just was learning it, like the process. Like I mean, I always freestyle. Like freestyling was like the main thing I still do now. Like so that's why I feel like I always was a freestyle artist, but I had to learn how to become like a recording artist and formatting songs. And,
Right. The actual process.
Yeah, I always had the bars. I just had to learn what to do with them. You know what I'm saying?
But did the poetry come before the bars?
Yeah, definitely. Like when I was in school, like that was one of my favorite things to do, like write poems, write short stories. Like I always thought I had like a creative mind when it came to writing. So, cause my imagination was crazy. I watched so much different stuff, read so much different stuff that I be, everywhere.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's interesting.
And
yeah.
actually, like you said, reading and shit improves your vocabulary. So
Nah,
that's what people
definitely.
don't understand. You know what I'm saying? The more you read, the better your vocabulary is.
I work in a library, so
Oh, there you go. So man,
I'm
Oh,
surrounded
shit.
by books
so
all
there you
day
go.
long.
Boom. Perfect.
Word
Perfect.
up.
That's awesome.
That's dope.
Word.
You enjoy that?
Yeah. I mean, well, it's different now because it's a lot of virtual work and a lot of, like limited everything. But before, yeah, because I got to work with people and like kids and, stuff like that.
How does that make you feel? Like everything is going to digital now instead of paperback?
I don't know, man. It's like I kind of understand it now because it was like, as a kid, I'm used to my parents reading the newspaper.
Exactly.
Stuff like
I
that.
remember the newspaper.
Yeah,
and
like
shit.
listening to the radio to hear the news or,
Yeah.
stuff like that. But
Yeah.
now it's like everything is just right here. Like,
It's in the palm of your hand.
It's right here.
Yeah.
And it's like it takes away the person-to-person interaction.
Yeah, it's weird.
You know what
It's
I'm
weird.
saying?
Do
It's
you get
definitely weird.
a lot of traffic in the library? Like, is there a lot of people that go in besides like students for a class or something like that? Just like random people?
I mean, before the pandemic, yeah, because it was like just open to the public. But now it's like more on a reservation type basis, certain amount of people. Because the library I work at is not really big, so we only can have like 4 people from the public in at a time. So that kind of limits it. But before that, yeah, I met all different types of people.
Really?
Yeah. That's how I'm in Game Over. That's how before we even started collaborating, I met him at my job, and we was talking about music, and he was looking for books about music, and just having a conversation, and then we end up becoming like best friends, brothers, whatever you want to call it.
Damn! Wow.
All because of books.
Yeah.
The first librarian guest on the Godcast.
Damn.
Word up.
Two firsts in a row. There you go. Boom.
Big round of applause for that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Do you continue to write poetry?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you are quote unquote bibliophile then?
Yeah, I would say.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I would say.
When did the when did you get the itch for those poems to become bars?
It was more so like my older cousin, he was always dope with poetry, so I just asked him one day, like, yo, how you be writing like them poems? Like, you be writing dope poems, like, how you do it? He showed me, like, you know, how to do stanzas, how to do, you know, about poetry. So that was my origin. And then I always freestyle, but then I started saying, yo, I could say this instead of saying. I started trying to figure out different ways to say the same thing pretty much. So I would read like thesauruses and, you know, dictionaries to learn new words. I always try to learn new words. Like every day, I got this thing on my phone, word of the day. I try to learn a new word every day.
I know that.
So,
yeah,
you know
I get that email.
Yeah, because I don't be wanting to feel like I say the same thing all the time, even though I might still be saying the same thing.
Yeah, but it's just a different
trying
way
to
of
be
saying
creative
it.
with it. Word.
Yeah, you go find fly ways to say the same stuff, but in a dope way.
Yeah.
So it's not so repetitive, because if I keep saying the same thing, they're going to be like, all right, this dude keeps saying the same word in every song, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I don't want to get, you know, put myself in a box, so I try to have my music, everything around me just be, you know what I mean, a variety. Yeah, I don't limit myself to anything.
That's crazy that you say that you had a thesaurus, because I remember my cousin, he was rapping back in the day. He was kind of put us on to rap, and he had a thesaurus. And I was like, damn, this nigga crazy. Like, he running around with a thesaurus trying to come up with mad words. And then I remember when I started rapping, I was like, damn, I need me a thesaurus, man.
Shit, even like, I don't know about all y'all, but I know most of the people, like, in my area back in the day, parents bought those encyclopedia sets.
Yeah.
Oh, I had one of those.
And that was like before the internet, like, you had homework, anything, go get the encyclopedia.
Exactly. Man. And it had everything you needed.
You try to bury that shit. That shit never disappeared. Like, them shits was like made out of invincible fucking spines or whatever.
I got one like secondhand, so I was missing like the letter S and N and shit. So anytime I needed those letters, I was asked out.
Damn, that's what's up. When did the R&B come when did your R&B influences kick in, and do you remember who they were?
Like as far as like just people I know, or like celebrities?
Both.
Well, my mom's was always in the church a lot, so she had me in the church. So I was in like church plays and like the choir a little bit. So that's how I learned how to like play with my voice a little bit. But I just you know, like sometimes you just try something, and if it sound good, you run with it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But I listen to mostly R&B and hip hop. So like my playlists are crazy. You'll listen to like a Brent Fire song, and then it'll go to like D Block. But I just like all different types of music.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what I'm
the
saying?
range.
Yeah, word.
So then you took the poetry, and you took the love for music, and you took the bars, and you mixed it all together, and you started coming up with your own kind of sound. Do you remember like around what year it was that you started like putting it all together and feeling confident? Like, all right, now
I'd probably say like 2009, like right after I graduated from high school. I started taking it more serious. Started going to the studio, you know, and actually making songs.
And in that time range, you put out your first like official song?
Yeah, I want to say like 2009.
Do you remember what it was?
Yeah, it was called Run Your Pockets. It was a it was like a cover off the Black and Yellow beat.
Okay.
But it was like a cover, like almost like what we did with that. Like, you know what I mean, taking somebody else's beat and putting your own spin on it.
Exactly.
That's pretty much how I started off with it.
And that's so you continued to do that, building your sound musically. Well, like, I don't want to say musically because it's all musically, but you continued the sound evolution of yourself,
right?
But also you continued developing that sound of like that production that you ride on, because on the Diversity project you kind of continued with the retooling of beats, and I think that was super dope. My favorite one is the DMX retooling.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
That's why I asked him who.
Tell me what you want.
Speedy.
Yeah. And I know we're jumping a little bit ahead.
But still.
Shouts to Speedy, matter of fact, yo, he's an ill producer, man. Shouts to him.
Definitely.
I got that on both of them.
Speedy's like that producer that you can go to when you know, yo, I need this. I can do it. And he'll do it.
And are you providing him with the samples or the ideas that you want him to freak, or he's just coming up like, yo, I got this and this?
Like a little bit of both. Like, I'll go on his page, if I see something, I'll hit him, or I'll have an idea and I'll hit him because I know you know what I mean, he's one of them producers. Like my cousin that I started off with, like I say, like they're really like great with music. Like you play something for them and they could duplicate it.
Right.
Like you know what I mean, they can make it sound even a little better in some instances.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
Nah, word.
That's got to be
no, absolutely.
That's got to be a luxurious feeling to have that in-house
ill talent
creator.
Hell yeah. He's nasty.
Where is Speedy, yo? Like,
Yeah.
where is Speedy located? Are we allowed to ask that?
You asking me? You asking me?
I'm asking whoever knows.
Anybody, because we're all getting weird looks.
Alright. You know what I mean? He Jersey City, yo. Like, he Jersey City, but he all over.
Oh, okay.
He all over.
He originated Jersey City. For some reason, I thought like Speedy was like in Arizona or some shit.
Jersey City, baby.
Yeah. Oh, that's what's
That's
up, man.
Anybody in Jersey
As
City,
a-
he fuck with.
As a matter of
Everybody knows
fact,
Speedy.
Yeah, shouts to Speedy.
as a matter of fact, I went down like an Instagram rabbit hole. That ever happened where you like go to somebody's page and you start following like a bunch of other motherfuckers' pages?
Yeah.
And he came up. I guess he produced a beat for some niggas from the East Side in New York. But I'm talking about like 05, 06.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, Speedy Baby. That's
Yeah.
homeboy that fucks with Gio and shit. So
His
he's been in
catalog,
it
his
for a
catalog
minute.
deep. He produced for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's fire.
Shout out to
Word.
Speedy, man.
Or I would say he'll goat to me. He dope. You know what I'm saying? His own right.
Yeah.
Like, you know how some people find their lane, but I feel like he could do any type of beat. Like, you know how some producers only make trap beats, only make
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I heard some beats from him that that took me somewhere else. Like, real talk, like some rock type shit, some reggaeton shit, all types of shit.
That's
you know what I'm
dope.
saying?
That's dope.
Like, and that's what I feel like you as a producer or as an artist, sometimes you gotta listen to all different types of music, cause that's, you know what I mean. You never know where you could get samples from or ideas from.
Yeah, because you can't put yourself like in a box and
Right.
shit. Like you know, you got to think outside the box, and you find some gems, yo. I found gems just listening to all types of different shit.
And do you envision yourself doing like those kind of more, like let's say a more rock track sounding track, or a more tropical sounding track?
I mean, like I'm like, when it comes to me, like if I'm in that zone, any type of beat that get put in front of me with the right amount of time or just the right inspiration, I know I could write to pretty much anything. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Nice.
I even got songs that or hooks that I write and I'm like, yo, this not for me. But when I find that person that is full, that's when we gonna work. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I always try to just write, even if it's not gonna be for me. And most of the stuff I'll be writing, I'll be like, yo, I might not even use it, but somebody might use it. Somebody might need it, and we work together and make it happen.
Or you could end up retooling it in the future. for
Yeah,
sure.
taking bars from here, taking bars from there, hooks from this song, or whatever.
Is that I was gonna say, is that diversity what led to the project? It's kind of repetitious. But your most recent project that is titled Diversity, it's available on all DSPs right now.
Word, go get
for
that.
everybody to
Stream
go
that
check
shit.
out.
Stream that
Yeah.
shit, motherfuckers.
Shit's
Straight
real.
up.
When did you begin working on that project, and what was your like thought process going into that project?
It started off with a single that the Lit was the first single that I did. It was like a strip club type of vibe single. And we were just in the studio just like vibing. My mans had sent me a beat and the beat was crazy. It had like sirens in it and all type of shit. So, you know, when you like around your homeboys and everybody just start like drinking and everything, sometimes some of your friends, they only get on the track when they drink, or they only get on the track when y'all vibing, like, yo, let me get on the track, you know what I'm saying? It was like that type of thing. And we was in there playing around, and then the shit just came out hard, and my boy was the engineer, he was like, yo, you say it like we all say it, like, and combined our harmony, combined our voices, and made the hook, you know what I'm saying? And it was just like something that we did playing around, but I just ended up going in the booth and writing the verse, and then it became a song. And then from there, I was like, yo, I should do a dope ass project. I was like, cause I don't want all my, like, even though most of my music is conscious music, like that's my lane, I wanted to show my diversity. I wanted to show my versatility, and you know what I mean, say, all right, I can do trap music, I can do this, but you know, I just rather be me, you know what I'm saying? But I can do it. And when I get in that zone, I get in my bag, or I hear a beat and I'm on it, I transform and I get into that lane. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like I'm just like a universal rapper when it comes. I'm just like in the hip hop, in the rap. You know what I'm saying? If it's a dope song and somebody asks me to hop on and I like it, I work with them. You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna ask you that question. What does diversity mean? Like, is it conscious rap? because I heard that you had a lot of like references to like Malcolm and Martin.
Yeah.
But to go back to y'all vibing in the studio, like that's the best way to drop a track. Like I'm gonna be honest, your music is a whole vibe. You know what I mean? It's a whole vibe. It's different. It's dope. I'm feeling it. I'm fucking with it.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. What I like about the project is that although you're displaying various flows and melodies and rhymes and stuff,
it still seems
like we were saying before we started recording, it's very cohesive and together, but like it's different, right? So for example, the last song, that shit is just pure bars.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it almost like doesn't belong, but it sounds like it belongs.
Right.
And you just go in on that one. And then the one I like, the DMX one, that one's more like, you know what I mean, a little more playful, not so bar driven.
Yeah, like more commercial, more, you know what I mean? It's like one of those catchy songs that, like, I try to make my hooks catchy. Like, I try to make it so when you hear it, it gets stuck in your head, you know what I'm saying? But in a good way, like, you know, you might be chilling and be vibing like, oh, and then like I catch myself doing that, and you hear a song enough to the point where it's like, yo, you start singing it out of nowhere, and you're like, yo, that's crazy that it just pops up in your head.
Subconsciously,
you know
you just do it without thinking. Yep.
Like it's certain bars that if I start saying it's certain. Some song I want my music to be memorable. Like when you hear "Cash Rules Everything Around Me," automatically you automatically know say "Cream Get the Money." Like it's automatic. You know what I'm saying? That's how I want my music to be. Like it's not forced upon you. It's not like being like you gotta listen to it. It's just like nah. You want a vibe? Turn on my beats. You know what I'm saying? Listen, check me out. You know what I'm saying? If you like it, you like it. You know what I'm saying? It might. And I try to make a song for everybody. I don't want the. You know how sometimes people have heard something, they're like, he dope, but he just not for me.
Yeah.
Cause I got that a lot when I first started. I was doing one style, and then some people here like, nah, it's not for me. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get to a point where I'm gonna just make a song for everybody. I'm gonna have one song that somebody gonna like. You know what I mean? I got songs that my mom's like. I got songs that my friends like. I got songs that people that don't even know me, and then they hear the song, they're like, yo, I heard this song, such and such, I like it. You know, like that.
That's
dope.
Yeah.
And what you said about the hooks is funny that you say that, because that's how I feel about a lot of your music that you got, and also the brother Gio. I couldn't stop saying "hold up" for like weeks after we did the interview. I was telling you, I thought about be like "hold up."
Speaking of
he definitely got a dope ad-lib, bro. My engineer that we both worked with, he always say that like, yo, you got that off, yo.
And it was a constant callback in his Instagram videos. Going to pick up sneakers. Hold up.
Absolutely. Now, you brothers dropped a collaborative project back in 2008.
Yeah.
Called Blunts and Roaches.
2018, right?
18.
2018.
What did I say? 2008?
Yeah, 2008. Yeah.
My bad.
It's all good.
My numbers be off. I think the other day I wrote like the date, and I think I wrote like 2002. And then looking at me and I'm like, what do you mean?
Yo, you know,
you had to look around and
always
shit.
messes you up in the beginning of the year when you used to writing that whole year.
Yeah.
And it take me like 3 months. It's like, yo, it's 21. It's 21. Like now it's February. I mean March now. So now I'm 21. But you know, like January, you be trying to put 2020 on that. Like, oh no, you know what I'm saying?
We ain't trying to go back to 2020.
Nah, definitely. That was the year we skipped.
For real.
Shit.
You go 19, 21.
21 might have to get skipped.
Yeah, it might.
21.
It
Yeah,
might.
it's off to a fucked up start already.
Word.
But nah, back in 2018, you and the brother Gio dropped a project called Bars, aka Blunts and Roaches.
Right.
Was that your first project together?
Collaboration?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't our first collaboration, but that was our first body of EP. Yeah.
Like a whole project together.
Okay,
Yeah, like
so
we did. I did a hook on one of his songs, you know what I mean, or a verse, you know, like that. But that was our first project of, you know, a whole body of work.
Nice.
Yeah.
And what led to that?
It started off. It's a funny story, right? It started off with this song called Farm.
Oh shit.
G played the beat for me. Like, yo, this shit fire. You know what I'm saying? And he like, and the reason, you know what I'm saying, it came out fire because he was like, yo, like vibe with it. Here, take the beat, ride around, you know. And when you find that hook, hit me. So it was like that. And the day he hit me to go to the studio with Speedy, I'm like, yo, I got this hook, bro. I'm telling you, you gonna fuck with it. He like, all right, because that was our first time like recording each other. He like, all right. So we get to the stool. Matter of fact, I think we was riding it, and I was saying it, and we was vibing like, oh yeah, he like, yeah, we gonna burn this shit. So we get to the stool, roll up, regular. And I get in there and I do it. G goes in there, bodies his verse. You know what I mean? I do the hook. G goes in there, bodies the 2 verses. And then we just in there chilling. And Speedy would just start. He was like, "Yo, play some beats." So Speedy just started playing shit. And he got to this one beat, and it wasn't even finished. It was just maybe 6 bars, I think, or maybe 8 bars, just a melody. Mm-hmm. But I started mumbling and shit. And he was like, "Yo, say that shit you said again." And I was like, "I'm all about my money. I'm all about my cash." And then from there, I just kept saying it and building on it. And then he's like, "Yo, record it." So I recorded, and G in there, and G like, "Yo, I got a verse for that shit." So
still the same day.
Yeah, this is the same day. Yeah. So he's like, "Yo, I got a verse for that shit." So I'm like, "Fuck it." G put his verse down. So Speedy was like, "Yo, you got a verse?" I'm like, "Nah, but fuck it, I'm gonna freestyle some shit." Yeah. So he like, "You gonna freestyle some shit?" Yeah. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna freestyle some," because this is his first time working with me, so he ain't know that's how I work. Right. So I'm like, yeah, all right. So I get in the booth. Word is born, and the verse that I freestyled really became the verse. I just perfected it, took out any mistakes, and and then from there, that's how bars came about. Cause we started off doing the hook together, then we did a fire ass track on the fly like that. So me and G was like, "Yo, fuck it, yo, let's do a project." You know what I'm saying? Like let's do an EP or some shit.
And how long did it take y'all to record it, if you remember?
I mean, well, it's like 3 different drafts of it. We really perfected it, to the point where we went to 3 different studios for each song. We got multiple versions of the songs. We really took our time with it. You know what I mean? Different setbacks, whatever. But I'd probably say a year altogether. Mm. It probably took us a year altogether.
Right.
It really solid though.
I fuck with that project.
Yeah.
I want to touch back real quick
because we ain't want to rush it. It was we could put out something quick, but nah, let's perfect it and make this shit
And you guys record in the same studio?
Not always, but at that point we was, yeah.
All right, so that made working together a little bit easier.
Yeah,
yeah. That's what's up. Dope project. Definitely. Everybody go check that out. That's available on all the DSPs. That's Blunts and Roaches. With the brother Gio and the brother Casanova Conference. I want to go back to something you just said right now.
Uh-huh.
So you freestyle a verse, right? Mm-hmm. And then you have the engineer
tweak it basically.
Give you a copy, and then you go home and fuck with it.
It depends. I say more so now. I just finish it, but when I was actually going to other people, I got my own little home studio now, so I basically could take my time with it. But at that point, just more so, I always had a thing. I try to do 2 tracks when I go to the studio most of the time. Mm-hmm. So if I don't finish both tracks, I know one track is going to get finished. That's the main one I'm going there for. But if I got extra time on my session, I'll probably do a hook and a verse or, a formation of another track.
Right.
If not a whole track, depending on how much time I got. You know what I'm saying?
Might as well take advantage.
The other one, I work on it. So most of the time, the crazy thing about me is, and I know G used to get mad at me about it, but I'm better with it now. I'll go in there with a whole verse that I wrote, and then mid-verse, I just start freestyling. And the engineer be like, "Yo, can you double that?" And I'll be like, I don't even know what the fuck I just said.
Damn.
You have to go back and listen to it.
Yeah, literally. Literally just blurt out some shit, and it might be harder than the shit that I wrote.
Is it a conscious decision? Do you forget the verse, or you're just there dropping the verse and you're like, oh shit, the brain just starts kicking into overdrive and new shit just starts coming out?
It's when you know your verse and you memorized it, and then compared to when you don't really know it and you trying to fill it out. You might write something, somebody might send you a beat and you write 2 weeks before, then you go to the studio 2 weeks later. You might even forget the flow or the way you was riding the beat. Yeah. And you get in the booth and you don't like the way it sound no more. Because at that moment, that's why I say sometimes it's good as an artist to have your own home studio or some type of setup to record yourself. Because at that moment, that shit might be fire to you. But 2 weeks later, as an artist, you might not even like that shit no more.
True.
Yeah. It's like a puzzle. True. It's like a puzzle. And sometimes you jammed in the piece.
Right.
Just to get in the lab. And then when you in the lab, you're like, this shit don't flow right.
Yeah,
so
this ain't it.
You got to go back and take it apart and put it back together. So.
Right.
Yeah, I feel you. I know what you mean on that. Yo, but just to go back to Foreign real quick, that I'm feeling that track. That's one of my favorite tracks that y'all got together. And
did you see the video?
Yeah, I seen the video. I pulled it up when we was interviewing the brother Gio. So, but it's funny because when I seen Casanova, I'm like, oh, it's with Casanova 2 times for BK because he had the track with Styles P, and then he had the other track with Uncle Murder.
Right.
So then when I put the video, I'm like, damn, I don't see Casanova, but I'm hearing the song and I'm like, yo, this shit is crazy. Like the hook is just, it's a powerful track, yo. I like that shit a lot.
It.
And that was the first collab song.
Yeah, that was the first collab. Yeah.
And that was what led to
that was on that was on G's project, Chestnut Checkers.
Yeah. And and when I saw the video, I realized it was you because it said Casanova Confidence.
Right.
If you don't mind me asking, how did you get that name? How did you get Confidence as your moniker?
That's a good question.
It was like a double thing. It was like, when I was young, I was like a little bit on the chubby side. I didn't have confidence in myself, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But I always liked to dress, like I always like sneakers, I always like to get fly. But it's not what you wear, it's how you wear it. Your swag, you gotta have that confidence to go with it. So the Casanova part came from being shy to talk to ladies to then becoming a ladies' man. And then the confidence part came from being shy, always knowing I had talent, but being shy to perform in front of people. And then I got to that point where like, now I'm confident at it. So, you know what I'm saying? I just when I'm on that stage, I feel like I own the mic at that time. You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta do me. You know what I'm saying? But before I was shy, like I mumble or you get nervous. Like as a kid, a talent show or something, you go up there, you freeze, you don't say nothing. I had to build myself into becoming the artist that I am now.
That's awesome.
Okay.
And if
you got it, you got it.
Facts.
If you had a youngster in front of you who was going through a similar situation. You know what I'm saying? Battling with confidence or self-belief. As someone who has graduated from that, like what message would you give them to overcome in the moment? You know what I'm saying?
Don't doubt yourself. Believe in yourself. I always say like people are like, you lit. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got to know you lit. Don't let nobody tell you lit. You got to believe it. If you don't believe it, other people not gonna believe it. Cause I'm like, you could be fly. Like I tell kids that all the time, I'm like, yo, just cause the other kids don't wear the same thing, don't mean that you're not fly. You fly in your own way. You know what I'm saying? You might not want to wear like, as a kid, you know what I mean. There's always gonna be kids that make fun of you, like, oh, he got on this, he got on that, because it wasn't what everybody was wearing. But that's what I went through as a kid. Like, I had Jordans, I had different stuff, but if it was a pair of Chucks that I like or a pair of Vans I like, and this is before like. Everybody was wearing Vans. Like at this point, it was like really like a skater thing, or people in Cali.
It was more novelty.
Yeah. Now everybody wears Vans. Everybody wears Chucks. Like everybody wears different things, so it's not as bad. But when I was a kid, it was like if you ain't have Jordans or Barclays or like the sneaker that was popping at the time, kids are crack on you for that. And you know what I mean? That form it kind of. It kind of helps people get like a complex sometimes. I feel like when they get made fun of, till they get to the point where they want to prove people wrong, or they just have like, you know what I'm saying, insecurities about themselves.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you for that.
That's what's up.
We are very pro positivity and positive. Mental states and believing in yourself, and kids are mean as fuck, yo.
He'll say stuff to me as an adult and it hit me, and I'll be like, damn, like he got me, like you know what I'm saying.
My daughters are mean as hell to me, man.
You gotta come back quick and get him. And
that's how we were talking to each other before and shit. That used to happen on the regular and shit.
Especially like I'll be honest, like in the inner city working in the library, some kids they're you know what I'm saying, they're standoffish with adults at first until they get to know you. You know what I'm saying? Because some adults are mean to kids. Like, get out of here. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you talk to kids, like, I talk to kids the same way I talk to an adult. You know what I'm saying? I don't talk down to them or try to talk at them. I come to them, I talk to them. I get them respect. I'm like, look me, I teach a lot of the kids that come to the library. Like, when you speak to a man, as a man, you look him in his eyes. So he knows that you being genuine with him, being sincere. You know what I'm saying? Don't look around or, you know what I'm saying? Just talk, like, manners that you taught as a kid. But some kids, unfortunately, parents don't put that time in with them. Right. So they don't know these things. So the people in the community, you know what I'm saying, those are the ones that gotta teach it to them.
And that's a constant thing that we constantly talk about here on this podcast is these young kids don't have OGs. Right. To teach them that. Right. You know what I'm saying? We had OGs. We had somebody that taught us that shit. It was like, yo, look at somebody when you talk to them. You know what I mean? When you speak to somebody, look them in the eye. Let them know, like you said, you genuine. That you're listening. You know what I'm saying? Paying attention to shit. And they don't have people to teach them that shit no more.
Right. But that's dope that you get to do that. You know what I'm saying? Right. You get to bring that positive message and those lessons to the children of the community. I think wasn't that just on our last episode we were talking about like the community kind of reverting to raising the children. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're back in the day, you know, everyone kind of kicked in and the neighbors would look out for you.
You did something crazy, your friend mom seen you, it was just as bad as your mom seen you. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, and then if you try to show off, then you really was going to get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Word up.
And then you get it twice because moms will get you, then pops will get you too.
Word.
Damn. But shout out to the kids, man. Stop being little badass.
It's a lot of talent. I see a lot of talent in the youth, man. It's just like they gotta believe in themselves or feel like somebody else believes in them, so they keep going. You know what I'm saying? They need that motivation.
Yeah.
That's all it is too, man. That's all it takes. Sometimes is somebody else to tell you, yo, you are great,
right?
And if you follow this path, you can actually do something, right? But don't do this stupid shit. You know what I mean? Right. They don't have that. You know, they don't have somebody to do that for them no more.
Especially now with like their ability to be creative instantly. You know what I'm saying? Like these little kids can really do anything. You know what I mean? Like at any age, they could be on YouTube slinging the toys. They could be making music or whatever.
I feel like the society now compared to before, it was like you kind of had to be like more innovative. You had to build from the ground up. Now it's like a lot of stuff is already done, so you have a foundation to start from or, you know, to look to.
Like you just said, you had to be you had to figure it out.
Word.
You had to figure it out on your own, and really nobody was gonna help you. You might get one or two hands to help you with shit or you hints or whatever, but you had to figure this shit out. Word. Now everything is pushed and given to these kids, you know what I'm saying?
You have to walk your happy ass to the library and grab an encyclopedia and shit.
There you go. Wow.
Now everybody got their phones and shit.
You couldn't go on the internet while you in class on your phone.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't all of that.
Yeah,
you had to go to the I remember in my class we had like 2 computers. Everybody had to use them 2 computers. Like,
facts.
It wasn't everybody got their own portable computer right here. Nah.
You got in trouble if you had a beeper back in the day, yo.
And when you went to use the computer, it was usually to play games. It was a reward and shit. It was
right.
Like,
yeah.
Internet was mad slow anyway. It wasn't high speed. None of that. It was dial up.
Damn. Yeah, these kids will never understand like creating back in the day. Even if you wanted to do music, like you had to really trek to a lab. You know, someone who had a lab. It's not as convenient as it is today,
or as accessible as it is today.
I'm gonna take y'all back with this. Y'all remember AOL Instant Messenger?
Hell yeah!
Hell yeah!
That was like the first. I feel like that was like the first before Facebook, MySpace, anything. It was in.
Yeah, that's the first social media right there.
Rooms, chat rooms, like Black Planet, stuff like that.
All that shit.
Yeah, like that. That was like the order.
And it had like, what was it? Was it ASL? Like age, location, some shit like that. Some little quick shit on him when you was trying to get
it. My man knows.
I had to think about that for a second. Yeah, you took it back.
This guy.
I don't know nothing about that.
Perverto Clemente over here.
Perverto.
Before we leave diversity, you had a different favorite track.
No, the one we were talking about, the
Smile of Innocence.
Yeah, that one. That
track
right
that's
there.
My shit.
Yo, that right there, like everything about it. When I heard it, like I said, I was listening to the album while I was cutting my hair and shit. And when it got to that track, I was like, oh no, I had to listen to it at least 3 times. I was like, yo, I gotta keep going back to it.
I like how the drum pattern fades out and then comes back in double time.
Like how it builds.
And then you like just rhyming on the sample.
Yeah, how it builds and then y'all rhyming on it and shit. And like you said, everybody's got a different style, but it's fucking all fits.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. And everybody went on.
Right.
And you brought back the resurgence of three verses in rap and shit.
Yeah. Word.
That shit don't exist no more. You know what
I also like I like the track "Got to Be," and you start off the track. You say, "I don't want to die. I ain't even lived yet."
Right.
And it's damn like that's a crazy line right there. And then you say another line. You said Martin fought for equality. Malcolm died for respect. Put bullets in each other instead of nooses on necks. It's like, yeah, we still killing each other to this day, man.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's like, that's not what they died for, you know?
Right.
Before it was them. It
That's
was an
powerful.
actual, a tangible enemy, you know, that wasn't your own doing it. Now it's actually us doing it to ourselves.
Right.
And, shit,
And still some of the other too.
yeah. Oh, no, absolutely. Absolutely.
So it's like
no,
twice as
now you're actually helping them.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Twice as bad.
Which is twice as bad, exactly.
Yeah. Word up.
And it was after I haven't lived yet. I remember those bars. It went into something about I haven't had a kid yet.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
27.
Yeah, that was a hard intro, like a dope way to start that song for sure.
When you said 27, I was like, fuck.
Yeah, that song actually was like that project too. Like those two projects, like I took my time with them. Like I recorded them multiple times, multiple studios. So that song, that's how you know it was like a year. I want to say like a year, almost year and a half process because I started it in 18, right after bars, and I ended up dropping it in 20, and it was like. It still feel like it was missing. I still feel like I feel like I might do a deluxe and put like 2 more songs on it because there was still 2 other songs that I was supposed to go on there. But at that point, I was like, nah. When the pandemic happened, I was like, yo, this is what I've been working on for like a year and a half. I know it's ready. And put it out for the world to receive it at this time where people are looking for music to listen to. People
absolutely.
actually have time on their hands to listen to it, you know what I'm saying, to digest it because it was a lot into it, you know what I'm saying, a lot of thought, a lot of revisions, a lot of sitting there saying, yo, even down to the track order. Like the track order, like I was so adamant about it being like I wanted it to flow through, you know what I'm saying? I didn't want it to just be like lagging or just stuck in one spot. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go upbeat, downbeat, like take you different places, you know what I'm saying? Different vibes, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And as a consumer, like in the era of microwave music where artists are just dropping songs that, I mean, you could tell by listening, they really didn't put too much thought into it or too much effort into it. There's a lot of repetitious hooks and people repeating like one verse just 2 times. So as a consumer, like we really appreciate artists that take their time and will revise a track or like work on a song. You know, that's some Kanye shit. Work on one song for a year, like, oh shit, chill.
In a way,
the third drum on the second verse is incorrect, and I need to. You know what I'm saying? Like
simply just perfecting your craft.
Right.
Yeah.
Not even perfecting, mastering your craft.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And people will pick up on it. People will definitely pick up on it.
People will know, like, damn, he put work into this. Like, you can tell, like, there's fucking actual work, like, tangible work, like, labor into this.
Right. I impressed myself when I just sat in the house, and I feel like as an artist you have to do this, but a lot of people don't believe in it. I feel like you got to go back and listen to those first mixtapes. If you have it, I lost a lot of music. Like, I'll be honest with you, I lost a lot of music.
Another musician that lost
like,
a lot of
I lost
music.
a lot of music between going to different studios, losing flash drives, like, you know what I'm saying? One of my engineers, we worked on music for like 3 years straight, and then the fucking hard drive crashed with everything. So I had a one album that I wrote, I had it in a phone, right? And I had just got the phone, I had the phone for like a couple days. I had just had all my files, my songs, everything. The fucking phone fell in the sewer. So I probably lost like, no lie.
Before the cloud.
Yeah, this is before all of that. This is when you had to be the cloud. I'm going to studio with 8 flash drives. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you had to bring CDs with putting beats on CDs and going to the studio and having to have like, yo, is it on this CD? Is it on this CD? Is it on this flash drive? Yeah, like now being able to do that shit right from your phone.
Yeah, exactly.
Again,
the whole thing is
we used to do that, but on tapes. That's even worse.
I used to have beat tapes, actual beat tapes.
Right.
Yeah.
Like beat tapes and actual beat tapes.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Still got them.
Don't exist.
Like,
no
yo,
more.
this the hard part of this minute right here. You got
Yeah.
I was saying that to a kid the other day, and they looked at me like I had 3 heads. I think I was talking to my little cousin. I was like, yo, imagine if you like a song, right? And every time you wanted to hear the song, you had to rewind it. Like, no, you couldn't just press the button and do it. You had to physically do it. He was like, what you mean? And I showed him. I had the tape, and I put it in there, and I'm like, yo, listen. He like I'm like, yeah, like, that's what people used to have to do. The listeners. Like, you don't.
The good old days.
Word up.
or memorize the minute counter. So rewind it right to the beginning and shit of the song and shit.
Damn. Shit, I remember growing up in my neighborhood, everybody had the Panasonics and the Sony radios, walking through playing tapes, blasting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tape the radio taped on the front of the bike.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And some of them ain't even have rewind.
Nah.
They don't have fast forward.
Fast forward, yeah.
And that shit will kill your battery every time you fast forward.
You remember I had to go to the store and get buy batteries.
Yeah, batteries.
No portable chargers. No
motherfuckers. These.
No power mats where you can sit your phone on. Wireless charger. You can sit your phone down and charge.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That shit's great. They don't know. They don't know.
Shout out to these little.
I think that's why I think my appreciation for music is different, because I came up in the 90s and formed myself as an artist in the 2000s. So I got like the best of both worlds, because you know what I'm saying? I experienced both.
And in the 90s, there was a different, and in the 2000s too, in the early 2000s, there was still a lot of different sounds occurring, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
In the 90s still, it was very regional. So you had your West Coast and you had your South, and in the South you had your Texas and Atlanta and all that shit. Now because of the internet, everything is just, everybody sounds the same, everybody looks the same, everybody dresses the same, everybody slang the same.
Word, that's what I was about to say. Like, if you listen to, well, it's still you know, different slang and different things people say, but like you said, with the internet, people know the slang, so people speak in slang from other cities because that's the popular lingo.
Exactly.
But back in the day, if you listen to a West Coast sound, the slang is totally different from East Coast.
Absolutely.
Then Midwest is totally different. Like, everything's different. So you might have only heard a word on a song and started saying it because of the song.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like when Hot Boys came out, people started saying Wody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you ain't heard Hot Boys, you probably would have never knew nobody saying, unless you went there and you heard somebody say it. You know what I'm saying?
I still think Wodie's just like a funny word and shit.
It's crazy.
I'll be saying that shit sometimes.
Yeah, I think they say the East Coast got a crazy accent, right? When you go places, people like, yo, you from New York?
Yeah, all the time.
Like, automatic, anywhere you go, you say certain things like, yo, you got to be from the East Coast. You from New York?
Yeah. It happens
but you don't hear it.
You don't hear it.
No, of course not. But it happens all the time when I go to Virginia. Oh, you ain't from around here. You from up north.
And the crazy thing is, for New York and Jersey to be so close to each other, New York and Jersey talk different too.
Absolutely.
So people from New York know people from New York, people from and vice versa. In Jersey, like you when you in New York, and they know you from Jersey, they know about the things you say is different. You know?
Just pick up. Pick up on different vernacular.
Even boroughs in New York, because people from the Bronx talk different than people from BK and people from Queens and Harlem. Crazy.
Word.
Yeah, it's like you pick up on different vernaculars, from all different areas and shit, all different shit.
But I miss the regionality in hip hop. I kind of like.
Me too.
I appreciated it to a point,
because everybody had their own sauce,
and even the music like not being readily available. Like I remember going out to find a Twister CD,
like anticipating like releases
and like stores. Going to music stores, and I'm like, you got Twister? And they're like, who the fuck is? And I'm like, Twister, he's from Chicago.
Now you could just look up in your phone and say, Siri, if you got an iPhone, hey Siri, can you play
Twister?
Play this album from 1983 and shit. And it's like,
I remember when, like, as a kid, not even being able to buy it. Like, when they really started getting strong with the parental advisory and having to have an ID, you couldn't even go to the store and buy. I had to get my older brother to buy it for me, or I would ask my that's what I always love about my parents. Like, they knew I was mature enough to not imitate certain things, so I could listen to music that was a little bit more ahead for me, but I just knew not to repeat it and not to. And if I did, I knew it was gonna be a consequence. You know what I'm saying?
But even think about that. We used to have to go to a store to buy music.
Word.
Yo, I remember one time my aunt caught me playing the intro to Onyx, Back the Fuck Up. Remember the intro to the album? Move back, motherfuckers. The Onyx is here. Back the fuck up. Back the fuck. Yo, my aunt came in. She's like, in Spanish, she's like, what? Started yelling at me. She slapped me with the chancleta. She took the tape, threw it at me. It was fucking embarrassing.
That's funny, right? That she's yelling at you for listening to Onyx, but she acting like Onyx.
Yeah, and whooping and continue to whoop my ass. She giving you the
Onyx treatment.
She throwing the chancleta in the head.
Like thinking that psychology.
Yeah, like, for real, exactly. Yeah. She's getting mad at me.
The music didn't hurt me. You hurted me.
You're actually physically beating the shit out of me.
Word up.
Damn. You told me you're working on some new music, right?
Yeah.
You got a new project coming out?
I'm actually in the midst of working on 2 projects. That's most of the time. That's how I do it. when I start one project, I always end up working on another one because midway I start thinking about something different. So I'm kind of like a scatterbrain.
Yeah.
So like I might go to the studio and do if I do 2 tracks, I might do 1 track for this project and 1 track for another project, or you know what I mean. Sometimes you just do 1 song, you be like, nah, this don't go with this. This could be for something else.
And do you know like a time frame for the release of these projects, or are you still early in the
I figure I'm probably gonna do 2 EPs, so I would say one by the spring, probably by like mid-April towards May. And then the other one, I'd probably say mid-summer, probably like July or August.
Nice. Everybody,
we're gonna check for that.
Look out for that.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's leave music for a second. You're also an actor,
right?
Is this something that you've been pursuing? Do you have like already? Have you already done some stuff? Can we see some stuff?
I'm in some stuff. I'm in a web series, and I had a small role in a movie too.
Nice.
Okay.
Can you,
what movie?
Like,
it's called The City. It's on YouTube. It's DACITI from Cash Cow.
Yeah. Look that up.
Okay, check that out.
And do you remember the web series?
Yeah, it's called The City. So it started off as a web series, and then they actually made a film.
And it's on YouTube?
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
And how did you enjoy acting? Was that something you were always interested in as a kid, or is that just something that the opportunity presented itself and you were like, fuck it, let me try it out?
I kind of feel like I always been into the arts in different forms. Like in grammar school, I was in like an interpretive dance thing. I was in like plays, different stuff like that. So I always was into acting and, being a character and transforming. And I always felt like I always did it on my own. So for me, I feel like I can definitely shift into different like personalities as far as an actor. Like I could be serious, I could be goofy, you know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to the time to that, I just zone out and
Damn, I was gonna ask you something right now and I fucking forgot the question, bro. y'all say something.
Funny enough,
as far as acting, is there anybody that you would want to work with that you haven't?
I mean, the funny thing is,
like, what would be the wish list? Number 1 on the wish list.
I'd say probably Spike Lee.
Oh shit.
Yo, one of my favorite movies of all time is Do the Right Thing.
Facts.
I love that the way it's shot, the way it's told, just the simplicity of the hottest day in Brooklyn.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
In the summer. Dope flick.
You know what I'm saying? That's one of my favorite movies of all time.
I think recently I was in the house and it was like 4 Spike Lee movies back to back, and I just sat there and watched all of them. I think it was Mo Better Blues.
Nice.
She's Gotta Have It, Do the Right Thing, and I want to say Jungle Fever. I want to say
those are all great movies.
Even
Jungle Fever is deep too. It deals with mad different shit.
Yeah.
He was ahead of his time. Spike was definitely ahead of his time, in my opinion.
Right.
And not only in what he was doing, like with the movies and the stories he was telling, but also the way it was being shot and the angles he was using and just the different point of views and everything. It was dope to me.
Right.
He was way ahead of his time.
Oh, and I watched Crooklyn too.
Another one. Crooklyn is dope.
Crooklyn,
yeah.
I can't really watch Crooklyn, but I love Crooklyn.
I mean, it's like we
so
watch movies so many times that you know already.
Yeah,
it's like you gotta either go to the bathroom or go get a snack or something because you know what scene gonna come. So you're just like, all right, we ain't gonna skip it. We ain't gonna disrespect, but
you're gonna distract yourself.
Let me roll up or let me make a sandwich.
Especially Crooklyn, bro.
To me,
oh yeah. It's so much.
Clockers is a dope movie.
Like, Spike Lee got a lot of dope movies.
Super.
What I wanted to ask you was, did you find the same difficulty with like confidence when it came to acting as you did with music, or was acting because you were playing a different role? Was it easier for you to like overcome that?
I kind of feel like they go hand to hand because I feel like when I'm rapping, I'm Casanova, I'm Cash, you know what I'm saying? Or some people call me Conscious or Confidence. That's a different realm. But when I'm just Kyle, that's me at my job, that's my family. You know what I'm saying? So they see that side of me, but it's like an alter ego, like a, Clark Kent, Superman type thing. When I'm in the booth, I'm a whole different person. I'm a superstar.
But what about when you're on a set?
I compare it to being in the studio because,
it's
depends on what the role.
Kaz comes out.
Yeah.
Is more Kaz on set.
And it also depends on you know what I mean? You go off the energy of the people around you. So I feed off energy. So
it depends on the role too.
Yeah, right.
Sure,
right.
Now, is acting something you'd like to continue to pursue?
Yeah, definitely. I like it.
Do you have ideas of like anything that, because so far in getting to know you, you are a creative. So with anything that you fuck with, like you then go into the next level of that. You know what I'm saying? So with acting, are you already thinking of like, I got a movie idea or I got a show idea?
It's funny enough. I actually was saying that sometimes I feel like either I'm going to either write a book, which I want to do, like I want to get my poetry published, but I want to either write a book or write a screenplay or both at one point, at some point or another.
Yeah. Like I feel like you're gonna write them both at the same time and shit, like the album.
Probably. Simultaneously. I kind of be having ideas for all different types of shit. Like I'm like 1 minute, and that's why I be having to ground myself. So I'm like, all right, today is about music. Today is about that. You know what I mean? To the point where you got to divide your time. Because if not, you'll get distracted from what you're trying to do,
and you won't ever finish it.
Right.
But the good thing is now that technology has evolved into what it has, it's not only the children that could take advantage of it. You know what I'm saying? So if you decide that your goal for this year is to put out a book, that's definitely something that you can attain. Absolutely. You know what I mean? That's something that you can make happen.
True.
And then working in the library definitely made me want to write a book because I've seen a lot of they had like this thing called Tale of Two Cities where they were buying a lot of independent poetry and a lot of authors. So I read a lot of other people's work and it inspired me like, yo, I need to do this too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like with music and with books and movies, it's like it kind of immortalizes a part of you. To the point where a person can pass on, but their spirit can still live through their work.
Absolutely.
Mainly, you know.
Yeah, look at Big and Pac.
Right. And I would say even more recently, I would say like Pop Smoke and Nipsey Hussle, like they're like hearing posthumous stuff from them is like so dope. But it's also like, you know, it can make you get a little sad because you like, dang. Like they was just starting to get, you know what I mean, in their bag and just starting to get in a lot of stuff, but who knows what could have happened in the future, you know?
What could have been,
Even I don't know if y'all seen that new movie that Pop Smoke is in.
Oh yeah, Boogie? That he's in. Yeah.
I didn't see the whole thing. I saw some clips.
But just the fact that it even exists, like. You know what I'm saying? Like he was already crossing over into Hollywood.
The soundtrack is actually dope. I was listening to the soundtrack and I heard a song. I think it was it Pop Smoke and
Polo G? Yeah, I heard that.
Polo G. I like it. That was fire. You know what I'm saying? I like the soundtrack also to the Black Messiah.
Yes.
Yeah,
that was
soundtrack was dope.
Yeah.
The movie was dope too.
I gotta watch that.
You gotta watch it. That movie was dope, yo.
But I want to sit by myself and watch. I don't want to watch.
Yeah,
interruptions.
You gotta watch. You gotta watch that like when you zoned out.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? When you don't got nothing to do and you could actually sit there and watch it. Yeah.
Yo, where'd you catch the Pop Smoke movie?
Oh, I haven't seen it. But it's like streaming.
It just came out yesterday or something like that. I think it just came out yesterday.
You know what I wanted to ask? With the acting, do you like actively pursue it, or you just like for example, do you have an agent? Do you have how do you go about doing your acting thing?
So far, I mean, like it's been more like of people pulling me into different things. Like as far as even the web series, I got pulled into that by just helping the director. He was looking for a spot to shoot, and my friend had this dope crib that we actually shot. It's crazy. Foreign video and some of the city was shot in the same spot. But with the different, you know what I mean, creatives behind it, you would never even know. Right. It was literally the same crib. Like we utilized the whole crib for different stuff, like videos, everything.
And are you guys still shooting the web series?
No, it was like 2 seasons, and then from there the movie.
Definitely gonna check that out.
We for real.
We're big fans of web series.
Web series, absolutely. Yeah. You ever watched what was it, Money and Violence?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
G, you was in the web series too, right?
Yeah.
G had a quick cameo.
You were in it, yeah?
That was my first little
we're gonna check that out.
Oh, we're gonna catch that.
I could hear him in the back. Hold up.
So definitely we're gonna be on the lookout for some acting in the future.
Yep.
I definitely feel like I could definitely get into it. It's just, you know, like when you get interested in certain things, you start doing more research in it, and to the point where you start to pick up certain things, even down to, music and movies and everything. Like, you'll watch a certain movie and then you'll hear a soundtrack or you'll hear a certain song, and then it pushes you to want to go listen to that artist's catalog or go,
kind of like you obsess over it almost.
Yeah, definitely.
I like that they're back to making fire soundtracks. For
finally.
good movies,
Yeah, I missed that. That was one of my favorite things.
Like,
growing up,
went away for a while.
And it didn't matter what the movie was. Like, even if you take like, what was that movie with Kevin Costner and Whitney Houston? The Bodyguard.
The Bodyguard, yeah.
The movie might have been dog shit, but the fucking
that
soundtrack, the soundtrack and the song alone,
that song will live on forever.
Yeah, exactly. It immortalized the movie.
Yeah.
The movie was alright though, man.
Nah, it was what I mean.
The movie was dope. I like the movie.
As compared to the soundtrack, the soundtrack was better. Everybody,
come on, man.
But that was like that was a different kind of soundtrack.
Yeah.
That one in particular was like probably record breaking and shit.
But that's what I'm. Okay, another one that we just talked about. Do the Right Thing. The soundtrack to Do the Right Thing was super fire.
Yeah, one of my favorites is Dead Presidents.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, we had that one. Dead Presidents.
Yeah.
We had that one. Yeah.
And Jackie Brown.
Jackie Brown's a good one too.
Jackie Brown
was dope.
Yeah,
Jackie Brown
soundtrack.
Yeah, any Tarantino flick, he's got a dope
Crooklyn
soundtrack.
too. Crooklyn was a dope soundtrack too.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that's back.
For sure.
To prevalent.
Me too.
Yeah.
And also my brother write the book, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
Hell yeah.
Brother Bludshot is an author. He put a book out.
Both
I'm
these,
also
both these cats
put a
is
book
authors.
out.
Oh, I gotta check out work.
That's to let y'all know, bro.
No doubt.
You can definitely do it, and I'm sure people will fuck with it.
Yeah, I think the poetry book is definitely gonna be first, and kind of when I start working on my first album, I want to do like a bio too. So that's probably gonna be the first book, and then from there, if people like it, and I might continue with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shit, Brother Burnz got a poetry book too.
And you can, absolutely.
Yeah, his
you got
book
your poetry
is a book of poetry, man.
Yeah, I gotta check it out, man.
And you can tie it all together. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
You can fuck around, drop the album, drop the biography book, and then drop the movie biography, and fuck it.
Yeah, just keep it going.
You know what I mean?
Full circle. Full circle.
Right.
Along with being a writer, a poet, a rapper, sometimes a singer, you're also a sneakerhead. Oh, and an actor.
Yeah.
Damn.
Right.
You're also a sneakerhead.
Yeah, always a sneakerhead.
Let's talk.
I woke up this morning mad as hell at that sneakers app. I be ready to throw my phone.
Oh, for the ones?
Yeah.
Was that today?
Yeah.
Yeah. The baby blue ones.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
But we saw why we're not getting the sneakers, though, right?
Yeah.
You
Nah,
heard about
but that's it. That kid is off the market. You
Nah,
can't buy
but
him
there's
anymore.
another one.
400
Exactly.
of them.
Yeah, come on,
Yo,
man.
I feel like that should just
the
make you
bots,
so
bro.
mad. You be looking for a shoe,
Yeah.
and then you go on Instagram, you see a dude with like 40, 50
Yeah.
pairs, and you be like,
But
yo,
tell
I
me,
can't just
first
get
of all-
one.
But tell me, first of all, that's
Just
super
one.
corny. That's number one. That's corny to me. And number two, it's true. Like, I remember, like, going to look for sneakers and walking into a sneaker shop and be like, oh, they're there. You
Word.
can find, but you had to look, but it was dope. Like, it was something tangible. You had to go.
I ain't gonna lie, I cut school a few days.
Right.
Forgive me.
There was-
when certain Jordans was releasing, it was like, yo, especially on a Friday, because I remember it was like, sometimes it'd be like middle of the week, some sneakers drop, but mostly the drops is like always the weekend. So
Yeah.
Friday, after work, if you wait till after school when parents get off work, if you had to basically get the bread from your parents, or if you had a little job or whatever, save your bread and have that bread that morning so you could go to the mall like as soon as the mall open or lunchtime. That was the thing. Like, you had to be there, because if not, you might have got lucky. You know what I mean? Depending on what size you were, you might get lucky. Somebody might have brought something back, or you know what I mean?
But now that whole culture is it's just fucked up, man.
Yeah,
it's watered down,
super
man.
whack,
Fortunately,
But I don't like, as a sneakerhead, I agree that when you see a cat on Instagram with 50 pairs and you're like, damn, that's fucked up, that's whack.
No, I don't really care. It's just
But
to me
as a hustler, I'm looking at him.
Entrepreneur.
Damn, he got that off, you know.
From an entrepreneur side, you be like, yo, he about to make some bread. But from a sneakerhead side, you be
you're like, I want to smack him.
Well, yo, you know what it is? Yo, you can make some cream on the top, but don't hit me on the head, man. Don't charge me double. Don't charge me $300 For a pair of sneakers that cost $100.
I'll be scared to ask.
Not only that, to me, a lot of those releases are fucking whack to me. Yeah. Like, a lot of the shit that comes out that they hype and that they overprice and everything, a lot of the shit to me is trash, yo.
I miss the old quality, let's be honest.
Yeah, man. Like, to me, a lot of the shit is trash.
If you're a sneakerhead, like, especially in the Jordan category, you know how those old Jordans used to be. You'd be like, yo, you could ball in your joints and they still be fresh.
Yeah, they would still be good, They would last.
Now you got, like, tiptoe, you know what I'm saying?
Do you have Do you have a favorite?
What favorite sneaker?
Like a favorite Jordan or a favorite sneaker? Or even like a top 5, because a favorite would be top 5.
Well, top 3, we'll make it sure.
My top 3.
Let's go top 3.
I had to be the CB34 Barclays.
Nice.
I would say the number 9 Jordan. That's my favorite Jordan.
The OG, like the white and black.
All of them, like
the olives.
The olives are really my favorite. The olives.
Those.
Yeah, the olives.
Those are fire.
And the charcoals. I like the olives and the charcoals. Those like 2 of my favorites.
The charcoals is cracked. The charcoals is cracked.
Yeah.
And what about 3? Number 3.
Or
the last one.
What was the first one I said?
You said the
CB34. The Barclays, the 9s.
Oh, and the Air Max 95s. I'm mad I didn't get a pair this time, but that's like one of my favorite sneakers.
Oh,
the neons, like the Vault regular color.
Mainly the neons. Those are like my. Neons, those are like I feel like that's like one of the best sneakers. Like no matter how many times I see it, I always want it.
You know what's funny too is that sneaker. If you look at the way it was made back then and the way sneaker culture, not sneaker culture, but the way sneaker aesthetics are now with the bulky midsole and shit, they're perfect. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
They were.
But yeah, those are all classics, bro. It's the CBs. Whew.
Yeah.
CBs.
Which are the CB34s?
The ones that just came out recently.
That have
the black, the main color I have.
They don't have a strap,
not the
right?
strap, right?
Not the strap. No.
They got the air bubble in the back.
I know
what you're talking about.
They just came back out. I think the black, white, and purple.
Yeah.
Always love it. And I had the black and red and white joints back.
The original colorway is my favorite. The black with the white in between and the fucking little.
So I'm thinking of the right one.
Yeah.
Those, I think Chuck has
purple. It always was purple on the original one.
Yeah, because those came out during the time when he was on the Suns.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it had some purple in it.
Yeah.
I think he has an underrated
sneaker catalog.
Like his run.
Yeah. Barkley got fire.
Yeah, he has
Barkley got fire.
You can find Barkleys that people don't even know about that just be fire.
Yeah.
You see him, you be like, yo.
What you thought of them pennies that just came out not too long ago?
Which ones?
The penny 3s or some shit, or the penny 4s or some shit like that. They got the foam on top, on the side, and then the rest of the shoe is leather and shit.
I'm an old school. Matter of fact, I had to say 4, and the 4th one would be foam posits.
Oh, yeah. The foam posits is lit.
I was actually gonna wear my
I kind of feel like if you're a foam head, it's kind of watered down now because they just be making too many colorways. Like,
but you know what? I try to stick to the originals, like the essentials and shit.
Now sometimes they make some new ones that be crazy fire the colorway, but then some of them you be like, I really didn't need that. Like I never really liked the joint with the Weatherman.
I never really liked. I thought them shits was goofy. I didn't like them shits
too much.
Or the asteroid ones, I didn't like those.
I wasn't a fan of those, and everybody that was going crazy selling their car to get the fucking the Galaxy.
Even the Knicks color jump off.
I'm not gonna lie, those Galaxies. If I come across a couple and I got the bread in my pocket to spare and I could get a pair, I would get them, but I wouldn't wear them though.
Yeah. What you think of Yeezys? Because let's talk about Yeezys. What you think of those?
I love Yeezys.
Like Adidas.
Yeezys.
Yeah.
They come. I actually got a pair on
right now. That's right. You do have Yeezys on. That's right.
Even the new shits.
I don't like the I think they call it the 450s or something with the white sole and the it kind of looks like a crab shell to me.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it looks like.
Yeah, I don't like those. Yeah. I'm a 350 head and
okay.
700s are like OD comfortable to me. Yeah, I like 700s too. Yeah.
There's a couple 700 colorways, but then again, it goes back to the bulky midsoles.
I wanted those yellow ones. The ones that came
700s are like the originals were the Rave Runners, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so I'm thinking about the right one. Those are what, the 5s, right? The
500s,
yeah. So 350s, how many 350s you got?
Probably like 6 or 7.
Nice.
Damn.
Yeah.
Which one is your favorite one? Because I know you got a favorite.
The glows.
Yeah?
The glows and the clays. The clays and the glows. Those like two of my go-tos.
The clays are super a lot of people They're expensive, but to me, I don't see as many people with those as I see with like the zebras, or like the belugas and shit.
Some of them like oversaturated, like.
But the clays,
wow. Especially in the summertime, like with a nice,
I
found a polo, a polo shirt to go with them, like you know what I'm saying, like
them clays is fire.
Yeah.
All right,
let me ask you a question.
We nerding out on the sneakers over here.
Let me ask you one last question about sneakers. What do you think about like them independent sneaker makers, but that they'll drop like for example, they'll flip and bounce the Air Force Ones, and then them shits they'll drop it like at a pop up shop and they'll sell out.
Right.
But it's like, my nigga, that's basically an Air Force One. All you did was put a star on it, like when the Babes came out. Or there's a crew right now that's doing it. Forgot their name, man. But I think it got like a lightning bolt.
I grew up with a guy that made that sneaker.
Word?
Yeah, that's my guy.
So what's your opinion on that? Like on, not only independent sneaker makers, but just the fact that they kind of take like the blueprint from another sneaker and just like flip it.
Or the original mold, basically.
Yeah.
I feel like with sneakers, it's kind of hard to innovate because, like, let's be honest, like all the sneakers that are coming out are basically the same sneakers we grew up with. They're just different colorways, different add-ons, different upgrades. But the 80s and 90s basketball sneakers, that's like, they're never going to go out of style.
Yo, y'all seen
the Pippins came out, the Griffies just came out recently. Like,
some shoes.
Like,
yo, did y'all see those, did you see those Jordan 1s that are high tops that you can make low tops?
Yeah, I saw those. Yeah.
What do you think of those? I thought that was corny.
Nah, it's a little too extra.
Yeah,
too much.
Yeah, one of my favorite pair of ones that I own 2 pair of the Flyknits. I love those. I feel like those are so underrated.
Oh, the original Flyknit colors. Like, which ones you got?
No, they came out a couple years ago. They're actually knitted. Like, they're like ones, but they're not leather.
I know. Which color you got?
The red and the royal.
Okay. Yeah, they came out with those. Yeah. You got both of them?
Yeah.
Oh, dope. That's dope.
Like, I feel like they're underrated. Like, I always see people post ones, but I barely see people post.
You know which ones are dope too? The Flyknits, the Flyknit 4s.
Yeah.
Those are fucking dope. You know what I've noticed though? That the Flyknit 4s are heavy as fuck, yo.
Yeah, they're a little bulky.
They're heavy for some reason. I think it's because of the sole, because the sole is translucent.
Yeah.
Which is dope as fuck.
I would like to know where the trend of the one started, because it's seen such like dominant success these past, I don't know, 2 years.
Just the fact that they like Air Force One,
that they're so coveted now.
Yeah, like the ones are the hottest shit right now.
I give you that's like 3 reasons. Well, ones, you can wear them with anything. Like, you can wear ones with jogging pants. You can wear ones with slacks. Yeah. You can wear ones with sweatpants. You can wear them with cargos. Anything. And like, if the fit is fire, it's fire. Like, I feel like it's like another Air Force One type of sneaker. Like, basically, the silhouette is so dope. They just any color can look fire on it. Yeah. And even you see they take same colorways and just flip it again. Like, how many UNC different versions of UNC have they made, and they're all fire.
For real.
But that color on that sneaker is just something about it.
Like them UNC the Chicago joints was dope.
Yeah.
Them shits was fire.
Yeah.
But they're not the most comfortable sneaker.
Actually, you know what? Mine aren't bad, yo. Like
you gotta break them in.
My ones are cool,
and that's the thing as a sneakerhead. It's like a clash though. With ones, some people don't like them when they crease, but I feel like that's like the breaking in of the shoe, almost like with a foam pot. I don't like the way it looks, but the way they feel once you break them in. Like when you first get it, it's
they're
like a little
aging them and reshaping them and everything.
No, but you are right. They don't have the most support. Yeah. They're probably the least technologically advanced, obviously, out of all the Jordans and shit.
But also they're the originators, so that could be it as well. They're the first Jordan ever come out, you know what I'm saying? So
I just never expected like this run that they've had where ones became just.
You know what's crazy? So I actually always liked ones.
The hype beast.
But I always was mad that they didn't have a lot of colors of ones. It was basically like, you know, as a kid, it was like 4 choices. You had the Shadows, the Breads, the Royals. Or, you know what I'm saying, like a white pair or a black pair, like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't shattered backboards. It wasn't all of these crazy colorways. And it's like that silhouette, when you put certain colors on them, they just look dope.
It does.
And now you got the Travis Scott jump off.
And they changed the material now.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for Jordan Brand to retro the 2s.
Yeah, I feel like the 2 is like a
The
fire.
2s get no love.
They get no love, but they're so fire. Like when they brought back
Like
out
OG 2.
Yeah, and I always like the Carmelo ones
With
too.
the Italian leather.
In the summertime, those Carmelos just look.
Yeah.
Even the white with I don't know if y'all remember the white with the silver ones, like they're mostly
the white with the gray,
a little bit of gray.
The silver.
And some shorts in the summertime, like those always look fire.
They get
always.
Jordan Brand, if you're listening, if you're checking in,
holla at us.
Bring the 2s.
I need to. I know it just came out
We want to
recently,
be outfitted by Jordan.
I think they need to do them black cements one more time, just one more time.
They will though. It's like there's some that they really just drop every so often, and then there's some that they'll drop.
Last sneaker question. Let me ask y'all,
Go ahead.
what's the one sneaker that you always wanted that you could never get your hands on?
Oh, that's easy for me.
What's yours?
What?
The Red Octobers.
That's a good one. Always wanted those.
Yeah, but damn, my nigga, come on, man. But you talking about like the Holy Grail and shit.
Fuck my nigga, that's the one I wanted. Fuck you.
How about a pair growing up? I got
them.
A pair that you couldn't get?
I got
Which
them.
one?
The Jordan 3s. Those are my favorite sneakers of all time.
Which ones?
The black ones.
Smiths?
The Black Smiths.
For me, it was the Bread 11, right?
Shit.
The Bread 11, I never was able to get my hands on the Bread 11s until recently. And I always wanted them, but it was just like every time I wanted them, they was like, especially when like Flight Club and like StockX and all of that came, like it just got so expensive for certain sneakers. Like, don't even think about looking at the price because you know it's gonna be like $1,000, $1,200, especially depending on what size you wear. I wear 11. I think that's kind of common.
Even still today,
they're the most common.
4-ish.
11 and 12.
Yeah.
Even still today, they're like 4-ish, between 350, 4-ish. You know what I mean?
I actually got lucky and got them for retail this time. I got lucky.
Dope.
I got lucky. Like every time I was supposed to get them something crazy. I remember last time, I think when they came out in the package, I was supposed to get them and it like snowed or something, and I couldn't make it to the store because I didn't have a car at the time, and it like snowed hard as hell.
What about
that was my first pair of J's. I got them at lunchtime and shit.
The
when I was in high school. Yeah, the Bread 11.
Yeah, I feel like that's just like that one. That's like when it comes to Jordans, you know, like people that don't even really know Jordans, there are certain Jordans that everybody knows. I feel like the grapes, the you know, Bread 11s, the black cements. These are the Jordans that people that don't wear Jordans will still buy. Like, they might not be a crazy sneakerhead, but they're like, yo, I need that pair.
I need them shits. Wear it up.
Like, whenever they come out, you just want them.
My favorite model was the 11.
So what's the sneaker that you never got or that you still want, maybe? Because mine, like I said, I never
want
had.
like Grail type.
Yeah,
I want those fucking Air Mags.
For sure. Oh, come on, man.
But those are like
Back to the
20,000, 50,000. Yeah, but like some regular shits that I didn't get that I want to get now still are those Fear of God joints that came out.
Those are those too. The all
Fear
black
of God
shits,
Nikes.
The all black shits.
Wait, which colorway?
In my opinion,
The first colorway that came out would
Those
be
are
dope.
dope.
The all black ones would be dope. And then there's they're similar to the first colorway. I think they're called like Bone or some shit.
Yeah, it's like
Wishbone
a cream.
Yeah.
I always wanted the neon ones.
Or even the Yeezy 750s.
Oh yeah,
that are similar to the Fear of God.
originals.
Yeah.
So how about growing up though? You don't got a pair
growing up. 13s. No.
The 13.
Right? What's after? Well, I was gonna say what's after the 11s. The 12s. Yeah, but I didn't really fuck with the 12s that much. Yeah, I think it was the 13s.
The Ferrari joint.
What colorway?
The original colorway 13s.
The holograms.
The He Got Games, matter of fact.
Yeah.
Oh, He Got Games.
Yeah.
That's a
And to
sneaker
this
I always
day, I haven't
wanted
had
to.
them.
I never had those either.
Yeah.
I had them when like
those are fly
when
as fuck.
they initially came out.
Yeah.
I
think I had them in the playoff colorway. The
and
all
I didn't
black.
fuck with them at first until I actually saw them in my hand. I was like, no, I was wrong. I gotta try these on. Once I try them, I was like,
crack.
I'll take them. Let's go.
You know what's what I
I'll
always
still
thought
fuck
was
with
fire too, but they never really they only retroed I think twice. The 13s with the gray and the white and the burgundy.
And I think was that the red toe one?
No,
they were all white.
They're all white basically, but
except for the side was like gray and burgundy, like where the suede is. And
they retroed them a couple years ago.
That Jason Kidd used to wear them on the Nets.
They retroed them a couple years ago, but the color was a little different from the OG color.
Yeah.
And for me, it would probably be the gingers. If they ever retroed those.
I seen those,
The ginger 16s, those are crazy. It's like a ginger color, with like blue.
Wait, which is the 16?
The 16.
Oh, the ones that come with the cover.
With the cover.
Okay.
With the cover on them.
If I could get my hands on
the
them,
lace
I think
cover.
I seen something with Offset. Offset had a pair of those, and he said he wore them and they crumbled. It's like I got a pair of olives from 2002, and I be want to wear them shits so bad, but I'm like, yo, if I put these shits on my feet and they crumble, I'm gonna cry.
That's happened to him. That's happened to me.
It happened to
Matter of fact, I have a pair of breads that happened to.
Yo, I got like 4 sneakers that I tried to wear recently, and I'm like, why? Why did I do it? Why?
Them shit just crumbled up. That's
some of them is like a couple of them. It was like I was lucky the sole didn't crumble, but it was
the
like
glue
the
wear out.
Yeah, I gotta re-glue them, but I'm not gonna wear them again once I re-glue them.
That's why I wouldn't go crazy and pay over a band for no sneakers. I don't give a fuck what type of sneaker, what grail it is. I don't give a fuck. I'm not playing over a band on them shit.
But I mean, obviously, if you're gonna like, for instance, if I were to get my hands today on a pair of Red Octobers, I'm pretty sure they were kept in good condition. Right. First of all, I'm buying them new. Right. It's not like I'm buying a used pair.
Right.
Yeah, but it's something that depreciates. It's not an asset. Right. So it's just a style. So I feel you. Like I would get Red Octobers, but again, I'm not paying over a band for them shit. Right. I'll pay $500. But I'm not going crazy like these other cats. They paying
I think they're like
17
bands
and
shit.
I seen the fuck out of here.
Yeah, but they got money to blow.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, I think that
still,
was like
I couldn't see myself doing that. You know what I'm saying? Even if I had the money, I don't think I would.
Yo, because y'all imagine how the internet would have been right now if the Red Octobers dropped now the way they did when they did. I think nobody even fucking knew them shits was gonna drop, and then some people just got lucky. And I'm like, yo, when the fuck did those come out?
Exactly. Yeah, that's what Chris said. Yeah.
Imagine you see somebody in a picture with 50 Red Octobers.
I'm pretty sure there's somebody out there that got it like that.
Kill this
probably just sitting on them waiting for something. Like, I got my stash.
Wait for the sneaker apocalypse.
A pair of sneakers that I wanted growing up and I can never get my hands on to this day is the Up Tempos. The Air Up Tempos, I think they're the David Robinsons, the all black joints with the white check. They had 2 white Nike checks.
I know which one.
Air Up Tempos, they were high top.
Did they have a strap?
Nah, no strap, just laces.
You know what sneakers too? I don't know if you remember them. Some the Chris Webbers that they had the flap with the 2 on the back.
Those were with the air bubble on them. The Maxes, they were Air Maxes.
You know what sneaker I had as a kid that I was slept on, and it wasn't even a Jordan or Nike. The Grandma Moms, the Larry Johnson Converse. You could take the strap off. Those shits.
Same thing with the Kevin Johnsons. Remember the Kevin Johnsons?
Those shits was nuts, especially the white colorway with like the Hornets colors.
With the Hornet colors.
Yeah, he also had the black tops and shit.
This
is crazy, yo. Sneakers, man. I love sneakers.
Yeah, we could stay here forever. But real quickly, before we get into 10 shots with VSOP, what are your goals to finish out 2021? What can we expect creatively for you to put out?
Well, I plan to have those 2 EPs out, and I also plan to start working on my album because I want to drop it sometime next year. So I want to start working on my album, I say like 4th quarter of this year. I already started kind of like the beat selection and everything else, but the process of recording and
do you have the concept?
I'm still working with that too.
And that would be your first album?
Yeah, first like studio album. Yeah, I've done mixtapes and EPs, but that'll be my first like album. Yeah.
Nice. Good luck, man. We definitely look forward to both those EPs dropping when the weather gets warmer, so we can have something to vibe out right around.
I'm trying to get out some summer vibes, man.
Yeah, man, for sure. Everybody make sure you check out Diversity. That's on all your DSPs. Make sure you check out Blunts and Roaches. That's on all your DSPs. Make sure you check out The City on YouTube. Give them your handle, my brother.
On Instagram is Conscious Confidence.
At Conscious Confidence. Make sure y'all follow that. Let's get into 10 shots.
All right, man. 10 shots with VSOP real quick. These are just 10 quick rapid fire questions based on previous episodes and a couple of things from this episode. Just ask real quick, answer off the top of your head, and we'll go back and we'll see what your answer is.
Okay.
Ready? Here we go. Number 10, Nike or Adidas?
I say Nike.
Okay. Mobb Deep or Wu-Tang?
That's a tough one. Wu-Tang.
All right, number 8, Dipset, D Block, or G Unit.
I'm gonna say Dipset.
No doubt, no doubt. Number 7, Lauryn Hill or Mary J.
I'll say Lauryn.
Nice.
But see, that's a tough one because Mary J got a lot of work.
We'll go back though. We'll go back.
All right, Lauryn. I'll say Lauryn.
Lauryn. All right. Number 6, Big L or Big Pun.
That's a tough one right there.
That always gets people.
Me, I'm gonna go with Pun though.
Pun?
Yeah.
All right. Number 5 is Jada top 5 dead or alive.
Jay-Z?
Jada.
Oh, Jada? That's a hard one. That's a hard one.
We'll come back to that one.
Yeah, that's a hard one right there.
Number 4, best era in hip hop, 80s, 90s, and 2000.
I say 90.
All right. Number 3, Menace to Society, Juice, or Boys in the Hood.
Juice.
All right. Number 2, Primo or the RZA.
Damn, that's another hard one. I'm gonna go with RZA.
All right. Number 1, the one that started it all, Biggie, Jay-Z, and Nas.
I'm gonna go with Jay.
Oh wow!
10 shots with
Damn, that's a
there
twist.
You have it.
I like.
But I say it's hard for me because I love Biggie's story. To see that, and that's 3 of my favorites. I love Biggie's storytelling. You know what I'm saying? Jay, I feel like he's just like any mood. I feel like Jay got a song for any mood you want.
Facts.
Like any mood.
Yeah. No. And the thing is that you got to remember is like we always talk about here is Biggie's got a limited catalog.
Right. But a great limited catalog.
Oh, I mean, an impeccable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's just like some artists, it's like it hurts because you always want to know what they would be doing.
But that's similar to Lauryn Mary J.
Yeah.
Right? Like Lauryn, same thing. She has this little catalog.
See,
but
you wanted to explain on Lauryn Mary J. You were saying.
All right. I would say I consider myself more, as an artist, I'm more of a Lauryn Hill than a Mary J. And what I say by that is Lauryn has one album. But that one album is like perfect.
That one album is, I mean, first of all, we talk about it all the time. Him especially, he's a huge Lauryn Hill fan. But that album is culture defining almost.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
it's like a time capsule.
Time defining, exactly.
Yeah, it's like a time capsule.
That album, like, it's like legendary.
Yeah.
Like people that haven't heard it still speak of it highly because they heard it from somebody else. That it's so great.
To make it fair, I would say my album for Mary J, like that for me is the My Life album.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like I could listen to that album like yo.
Wait, My Life is the second album, right?
Is that a second?
Yes.
I think it was the second one.
I feel that way about
the
the third album, Share My World.
Yeah.
For some reason, I connected big time with that album.
That album was dope too. That was dope. That was definitely a dope follow up to My Life. Definitely. And I say Mary got a great body of work. I'm a big fan of her. But just when it came to that, it's just like, because I mean, we all heard, you know what I mean, Miseducation, but it's like it always leaves you wondering what would have happened if there had been a sequel, had it been another follow up album, like where would it go, how would it sound, who would have been producing it, like it's just one of those albums, like, you know what I mean, just like Baduism, like those two, I put them in that same category. Baduism and Miseducation are like timeless. Like a time capsules.
But if you look at both of them, if you look at Erykah Badu and Lauryn Hill, they're both like mythical figures.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're almost like ghosts.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You hardly see them and shit. I mean, obviously, a lot, you see Erykah Badu a lot more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But still, they're still mythical. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just crazy.
But you know what's crazy? When I watched that Versus with D'Angelo, I was like, yo, I need an Erykah Badu one like this. Even though she did a Versus with Jill Scott,
right? I
just still feel like I need that type of performance from Erykah where she's live.
Who was the D'Angelo Versus against?
It wasn't really a Versus. It was like giving him his flowers. But I feel like it kind of was like him versus self. It kind of was like Golden Era D'Angelo versus like Black Messiah D'Angelo. Those albums are like two different, like it was almost seemed like two different people made them. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So that's why I feel like it was a verse, because they were playing back and forth. They were playing songs from like, and then features and stuff. But I feel like it was mainly like old school D'Angelo versus the modern, more neo
I gotta check that out because I saw it, and every time I read about it, it just said D'Angelo.
He brought Method Man and
Redman
Redman out,
who's the verses?
And he did a duet with her.
Yeah,
he brought Meth out for the breakup song.
Makeup's breakup song.
That's a really good song.
And that's actually a Meth song.
Yeah,
that's a Meth song.
Another underrated song
on his album. That's on Judgment Day, right?
Believe so. Yeah.
That's 50 comes out in that video. That's our old school shit. That's dope shit. Let's get into the love song of the week, brother F. You should have that queued up. Speaking of love songs, I've been listening to this guy's album. I believe his name is Bobby Arrozo, and it's very percussion driven, very drum driven, almost like a 50s or 60s sound. The name of this song, I think it's "Take You Home." And Brother F got that queued up. This is the pick for the love song of the week. Shout out to all the ladies as always. Shout out to all the moms. Shout out to all the wives. Arrozo, that's Should I Take You Home? Make sure y'all go check that out. Once again, thank you to the brother Casanova Confidence for being here. Make sure y'all follow him at Conscious Confidence.
Yes, sir. Be on the lookout for those 2 projects.
And the book. We're gonna push you to make that book.
Oh yeah, that book too.
That book too. That happen.
Hey, hopefully a movie we gonna shoot. We gonna go all the way up. We gonna say a movie, a TV show.
We will
who knows?
Be there for all
no limits.
Yeah. Sky's the limit.
My brother,
even beyond that.
You have a sign off?
You know what it is, man. I just want to thank our gracious guest, you know what I'm saying, for being here, sharing with us, you know what I'm saying, letting us know what's going on. You know what it is, man. VS to the OP, you know what I mean? Great American Hip Hop Debate.
And make sure you come back when you drop those projects.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely, man. I might have to send y'all an exclusive or something.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
Want to help
Thanks for coming off again.
And listen to that. Brother Blood, you got to sign off for the people?
Yeah, my niggas, another dope show. Brother Confidence, thank you for coming through.
Definitely.
I seen that you performed at a spot called the West End Lounge.
Yeah.
In the city. Was that like on 107th?
Yeah.
108th? Okay, that's my old stomping ground. So shouts to, you know, the Upper West Side. You know, that's the beginning of Harlem right there. And we appreciate you coming on the show.
For sure.
And keep hitting them on the head, man. We're gonna keep checking for you.
Yeah, man.
Definitely, man.
Absolutely. Thank you, Brother Blood. You be safe out there in the town, man.
You too, my brothers.
So all the people, as always, chin up, chest out, carry yourself with honor, carry yourself with pride. This has been episode 56 of the Great American Hip Hop Debate podcast. And somebody hit my music.